Hi everyone. Today we are going to learn the polyfills for call, bind, and apply in JavaScript. Okay. So I'm opening to a compiler to write the JavaScript code. Okay, we open the compiler. In this compiler, so let's take a function. The function is get data, and it will console log, and if we have a parameters of hello world, then console log this dot x plus this, or we can check this dot name plus the params, or no need of this. Let's the print the hello, and we have like world. Okay, now if you call an object, let's take an example. If we have an object 1, that value, and it has a key name and its value is now JavaScript, then you know how call, bind, and apply will work. Call will be work like if you call this function with call, and pass the object. If you pass the object the first parameter, then it takes a reference of the object, and this refers to this object, and object 1.1 name is JavaScript, and in this console log we have this dot name as JavaScript plus hello plus world. It will print according to that JavaScript hello plus world. So this is the usage of call, and today we are going to write the polyfill of call. Like, what is mean by polyfill is a customized call function. Okay, so basically all this call and bind and apply, so they are all the functions, default functions, and it is used for a function itself. So these are the functions of a function. So you can check all the functions are will be stored in prototypes. Okay, and now I'm going to write a polyfill, okay, for the call. So I will use the same function, but this time I will write my own my call function, which should exactly work same as the actual call. Okay, let's do this. Okay, basically if you want a function to be a function of another function, then we need to write the function as prototypes, right? The function, like if you take if is what is mean by object prototypes. See, we got object dot length, object dot keys, all the prototypes it contains within the object only. Similarly here, call is should be present in the prototype of function, so that he can call the normal call function with a function. Same for my call, I need to add to a prototype the function, so that it will be bind to that function and we can use anywhere. Prototype, let's check prototype, and we have my call. So basically call is a function, we are passing a parameters, so it should be a function, and it is a function. So I am applying function to the my call. Okay, if it is a my call is a function, then we are passing an argument, that is object 1 here. okay, object 1 here. And one more thing I am telling about, like if you pass and parameters and x comma y, if you parameters like b and we can as machina, then we can access those by using directly x, right? So here object the first this dot name will refer to the, when we use a call function, the object one, the object which we need to print the name should be passed at first only. Remember, object 1 should be passed at the first, and remaining positions, remaining arguments will be go to the parameters of get data. But the first object will not refer to the x here. It refers to the object we have sent, and therefore it uses this dot name will refer to object dot name. So similarly, we need to have first is our object, that is if you passing a parameters, if you pass in a parameters, then the first object should be the my object, right? That is a my object, and remaining all we are sending as this. And if you do remaining all by keeping this, it will come as an array. When you restructure, like if we spread operator, we will say it will be turned to array. So my object is the first object we are sending, so send the same here as well. It should work same as with my call. Okay, object 1 refers to my object now, and if I need to do a prototype my call function, a customized polyfill my call, we should exactly work as call. Means when we passing an object, when you call this function, this not name should be referred to the object that has sent to name, right? So I have gave you one example when this dot name can be accessible in an object. Okay, let's take an example here. Let's comment this. I will show you one example and will continue to do that. Okay, if I have object 3, I have a name Abhilash, and if I have a function that is my function, let's take an example of my function, and with a function, okay, let's take a console log dot now this dot name plus hello. Okay, so when you access object dot my function, tell me what will be printed. So when you call this my function, we are calling with the object. So in this function, this dot name will refer to this, means it's an object, it refers to the object, and that name which refers to the object name, that is Abhi, so that it will print console log. When you print, it will say Abhi hello, because Abhi attached to the name and object. We are calling the function with the object, and this refers to the object, and this dot name will be Abhi. Similarly for this polyfill as well, what I'm saying is we need to call. So first of all, how you can access the get data function here? Do you write the directly function here? No need of writing directly function here, because if you want to access this data, we are calling the myCall function with it, with this function only. So in the myCall function, similar to here, when you call object function, this is refers to this object. So this is refers to the parent. Here myCall parent is a get data, because we are calling. So this refers to the, now this refers to the function itself. Similar to here, when this refers to the object dot function name, here get data is, let's take an example, get data is an object and my call is a function, get data my call. In that my call, this refers to the object. Same here, this refers to the function. I think you got it. So get data will be the function. Now if you want, see this logic. When you call a function with the object, this refers to the object. So here we will, this is my function. So let's take an example. This is this refers to function here. This refers to the function. So you understand my point, right? Yeah. Now see this example. If I attach my get data here, if I attach the get data here, let's take an example of get data here, object dot get data. If you call object dot my function, that will in turns call get data, and this refers to the object itself. You got it? So we need to create a new my object key, that is, let's take an example, my function, and we will assign this, that is get data. So my object, how will be the my object will be there now? My object will be like the name, that we pass the object Javascript, and my new function will be added because we are adding the new function that is refers to the this, and which in turns the this is get data, right? Just comment this. So it will add automatically. So now if my object dot function get data, if I call my object dot get data, or my object dot function, I will call this, and this get data, this will be there, and this refers to the, now its parent is my object. So we need to write, if you want to print it, we need to call my object dot the new key we have added my function. Okay, or you can key like this. If we call this my function, and this is now get data itself, and get data we are passing, we need to pass some arguments here. What are the arguments? The params. Here the params is destructured, like it will be array now. Again, if you restructure the params, it will go to the normal parameters, not the array one. You understand? So now my object, my function is the get data itself, and we are calling to the object dot function. Okay, my object dot my function, see, my object dot my function I am calling, which in turns call get data, and we are passing the parameters here. Now similar to here, so here now this will refers to the object 3 here as well. In my function get data will be gone. What is a get data? This will name, what is the name here? This, now this refers to my object. My object is the one we are passing, and the one we are passing is object 1. What are we passing? Object name JavaScript. So this name now refers to the JavaScript, and X, that is the params we are sending here, Abhi Makina, and after we are destructuring, we are using spread operators, and will convert it to array. Again we have used the spread operators. Again it will go to the normal params, not the array. So because we are using normal params here. So X refers to the hello, Abhi, Y refers to the Makina. So in this way, my call, now if I print my call, let's check. Anyway, we are writing the console logs here. Here I need to write small p, because prototype is way like that only, that is syntax. So when you see here, or let's add the spaces here, let's say the has spaces here, let's add more space here as well. So when you run this, something we got, we need to add plus here as well. So when you run this, similarly we have plus here. Yeah, see. So now we are using the get data my call, and now we are passing the object one, object dot name. We are creating here this name, which refers to the object JavaScript, and passing the parameters Abi and Makina. It will be Abi and Makina, and we have hello plus world. It is print same like call. Let print the call function as well. See, it will be the same. So this is a my call. Similarly, we have an apply. How the apply syntax is. You know what? It is same work like a call only, but when I use apply, we need to pass the object. We need to pass the not the object. We need to pass the parameters in array form. I think that it will be exactly same. So let's write apply polyfill. So copy, almost it will be the same, but here we are passing the array. So when we are passing an array, no need of using spread here, because in call we are passing as a normal parameters, so that we are using spread operators so that it can convert it to array. So here for my apply, defaultly we are sending the parameters in an array, so no need of using spread here. You understand? So no need of a spread here, but we need to send the spread here for both, because here we are accepting the normal parameters, not the array one. So this is, let's try this, comment the get call, my call, and if you run the normal apply, it gives an object. This console log is the same. When I use the get data dot my apply, similarly object one, my apply, same pass the same array as a argument. Now run this, it will be the same. So now we have completed two polyfills, my call and my apply. In the next video we will be seeing the polyfill for other functions that we have bind, which is a slightly different from call and apply, because it returns a function, then again we need to call that function to get the output. So see you in the next video. Thank you.